Hi, my name's Dave Raugh.
And I'm Cindy Raugh. I think it's important because it embodies what Scripture says. It's one thing to, kind of be part of the church. You're invested. When you put your dollars, you're investing in the congregation, in the community. You're saying, I'm a part of something that's bigger than ourselves, our family.
What I find at this church is that especially is this church is not only focused on keeping itself afloat, but we're also willing to give to other folks who are in need. There's a lot of people that I work with or people that I have worked with that hit me up and say, hey, can you donate to my program? And, they're helping people who are really not in need. We actually reach out and help people and organizations and things like that who need help. And I think that's really important. We're really trying to work like what Jesus praised in the gospel. We want you to reach out and help people, help the poor, help those who are in need.
For me, definitely seeing how it impacts, the youth, seeing how it impacts programs, helping people, seeing how we end up coming around and have more of a community sort of sense of responsibility to one another. I know for men's group, one of the things that something came up and you shared with me, that was one of the first things you said, somebody had a need and we all met the need like within 15 minutes. We just sort of, okay, and we took care of it. So everybody's invested.
Let me talk about that. So the hurricane last year, you got an email, Juan, and said, hey, we have a whole bunch of folks in the community who need some help. Like, would y'all be willing to help? And you hit me up and I threw it out to the group and I said, hey, would y'all be willing to help donate some money to help some of the local families and communities here because they're struggling? And I think within, 5-10 minutes, we raised like $750 for those families. I mean, that was just God's grace at work.
When the government shut down, that we do have a budget, but it's being able to really put your faith in action by saying that I'm going to trust God that He's going to provide. And it's like, okay, I have a commitment. I know that God's going to meet my needs. I'm not worried. It's all going to come together. And, pretty much we've always felt that way and it's always happened. So, we survived the shutdown, everything's back, everything's turned back on. But it is that faith and action of being able to trust that the Lord is going to see us through and, He will provide.
I mean, grace means the world to me. Cindy kind of drugged me here several years ago and, I was kind of tepid about it, but I'll tell you the community, we're just filled. We're not huge. We're not one of those big, massive churches that, has an awesome rock band or anything like that. But this church is like family. Like we look out for each other. We're looking for folks who can help. We're looking to make a difference. We're focused on saving people and spreading the gospel. That's the most important thing in the world.
I think what I appreciate most is the authenticity of everybody's here and it's come as you are. It's not, you have to be perfect to walk through the doors. It is true Wesleyan tradition of sanctifying grace. We are all on a journey and we are all learning and we are all on different levels and we're going to learn from one another and we are doing life together. And sometimes we're going to stumble, but that's what's so great about it is we can be honest and real with each other. I think our parenting group, we are so close with everyone there that it feels like family. So we can share things that are very personal and say, hey, I'm struggling with this or I'm worried about this. And we have that support system. And I think that's what's so beautiful about having a close-knit group. And that's why this church means so much to us. You give with a generous heart because you feel secure knowing that it's going to be put to good use. We are living by the tenets of what we called, that we said we were going to do. And that's why, there's no doubt, there's no question, so you just keep, investing in that future in the church.